I'm going to make this very simple. I figured out how to change my life. You may be wondering, and maybe reading books and watching podcasts or listening to podcasts about how do I change my life, and you go through book after book after book. I'm 48. I have been doing self-improvement stuff since I was 19. And I can tell you, I'm 48, and I just figured out the 2 words that have helped me completely change my life and put me in control. Intentional and customized. And I'm going to give you a very simple real world example, okay? Come check this out. Walking through the house into the living room, okay? This living room was completely empty when my ex-wife moved out a few months ago, okay? Completely empty. 3, 4, 5 months ago, something like that, she moved out. Maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, okay? Completely empty, nothing in here. My 15-year-old and I sat in here and I said, you know what? No devices, we just sat in here and like, what do we want to do in this room? How do we want this room to feel? I want to watch movies. I want to have friends over and have movie nights and snacks and not be crowded and be fun. And he's like, yeah, I want that too. And I want to be able to play video games comfortably. I'm like, hell yeah. So we started piecing it together. I'm like, we need seating. So I put this couch, and this couch, a couple of things. I want it to be as big as possible. So here it is. It goes almost the whole width of that wall. And I wanted to be able to put my feet up. Movable chaise lounge. I can move those anywhere I want. I can be comfortable in any seating with my feet up. Part of the problem solved. Then I said, I want fun seating. I want to have more seating, and I want something that's fun. I got these big ass, Big Joe bean bags. Look at these big bean bags. That's a 2-person, that's a 1-person, and on the other side, I've got another 1-person bean bag right here. The kids love them, and they are the most comfortable thing. So look, I'm coming over here. This is the double-person bean bag. That's it. I am so comfy. I'm 48 years old. I'm not young. I shouldn't be able to just plop in here. I am so comfortable, and I just fell into the beanbag. Intentional. I went and I researched. I'm like, what beanbags are going to be fun and big enough for grown-ups to just be super comfortable, no questions asked, nothing cheap, okay? The other thing is, we're sitting back here, and we're looking at the TV that used to be here. The TV was like 50 inches. Everything looked a little small. The TV looked a little small. We're like, nope, we're going to make this exactly, intentionally customized the way we want. So we went and upgraded. I think that's like a 70-inch. Perfect size. We went to the store. My 15-year-old and I went to the store, and we're like, okay, here's a 60, here's a 65, here's a 70, here's an 80. And we figured out, we had measurements of this wall and this space, and we took a distance measurement from where the TV is to where we're sitting, and we looked, and we got recommendations on the size of TV, and we got exactly intentionally got what we wanted and customized this room, okay? The other thing was lighting, because these lights right here, of what has been in here, this was kind of a living room / workroom for a long period of time, so we didn't need any really specific lighting. We just needed it bright so we could do work in here. And my ex-wife used to sew in this room, so she wanted light. That doesn't work with movies. You don't want big old lights, but in the evening, you need a little bit of light. You want a little bit of light, so here's what we did. I wanted something cool, so I got these lamps, okay? These lamps are really cool. They have Edison bulbs, LED Edison bulbs, and they're kind of industrial. I don't know, I call it industrial, I guess. But I didn't want them super bright. So look, on the wall, this is the light switch for those bright lights, okay? Look at that. Well, I have one turned off because it's just too bright in here, okay? That's the light switch. This is the wireless dimmer that I installed for the lights in the corner. So now I can turn the lights on, and I can make them go up. They're both controlled at the same time, and I can make them go down. So when we're watching a movie and we want just a little bit of light, we want kind of some ambient light, I can turn them all the way down, so they're kind of like having candles in the corner of the wall. It looks probably brighter on here than it does in this room, but it's just a glow. So we can be watching a movie, have very low light, very soft light, not bright light, not like a 5,000 Kelvin daylight bulb, if you're familiar with the color of light. Even the color that the light bulbs produce was very specific. It was intentional. It was customized for our situation and for what we wanted. Okay? It's held in with a magnet. Very satisfying. So I can just take this and I can go sit over there and I can control the light while we're watching a movie. Everything was to the detail, intentional and customized. I do that with everything. I do that with how I spend my time. I do that with the people I spend time with. There are some people that have been in my life for a while that, they weren't my people. They really didn't support me. They weren't, if I was having a rough time, they weren't there. They didn't want to deal with that. Those aren't my people. I don't spend time with those people anymore. And they don't spend time with me because my journey got a little rough. When my wife left, my ex-wife left, my journey got rough, right? I was going through something. Those aren't my people. Those aren't your people. Be intentional. Sit down and think. What is working and what isn't? What makes me feel good and what doesn't? Start getting rid of the stuff that doesn't feel good. Do more of the stuff that does feel good. And try new things. We're constantly trying new food. I love food. My 15-year-old loves food. My friends love food. I'm constantly trying new things. I'm cooking, I'm baking. Oh, it's wonderful. And so now I'm replacing what I used to eat with new things because I'm being intentional and trying new things, spending time with new people to see if they're my people. And I've met some wonderful new people lately. You do the same. That is the key to changing your life today. Sit down and start being intentional about, how do I feel about this stuff? How can I change what's there? Who do I need to get rid of, sadly, in my life? And then customize. I'm turning this into a chalkboard. This is the dining room area over here. Okay? I was gonna wainscoting all that area right there, and then the kids gave me a great idea. They painted all of this before the renovation. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna customize. I'm gonna be intentional because I want them to continue to be drawing. So now I'm making this into a chalkboard. That's the dining room wall. Making that into a chalkboard for the kids and for me to enjoy. It was intentional, it was thoughtful, and it's customized. You do that for everything in your life, and you will change your life. And I love you. Have a wonderful day.